you from Rancho Paco in Ocala, Florida, it's He's No Mickey Mantle with your hosts, George and Jordan.
And welcome back to He's No Mickey Mantle, episode number 6. Today we're 2 weeks into the MLB season. Total of 16 games have been played more or less. So today we're going to discuss what's real and what is not real in this early part of the season. So let's jump right in and get started with these things. Let's talk Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, they had an amazing start to the season. They've lost their past couple games. I think they won today, though.
They did win today.
But
they started 13-0.
Historic.
And then lost 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays this weekend. Are they real or are they not real?
I think it's a little too early to tell. I mean, I do think they could be a contender. They always have a pretty feisty team. I mean, that's an amazing start that hasn't really been done a whole lot. But I think the first few series, the teams they played were mediocre. And you can't really base that off of how good they're going to be the entire season. I mean, they played, their first division series with the Blue Jays just now? And they dropped it. So
they played 4... basically last place teams. Are they real? Yeah, they're okay. I mean, they have a good offense.
You gotta see how they do with teams above 500.
They look like they had a good offense going. Randy Arozarena kept going right after the World Baseball Classic, right into the season. Just kept on hitting. Wander Franco is off to a hot start. He's playing well. But they did play those bottom dwellers. You had last place teams. They played Washington. They played the A's.
Detroit.
They played Detroit. So teams they're supposed to beat, you don't always beat teams you're supposed to beat. So
yeah, I think we'll see what they're made of once they start playing several division rivals.
Yeah.
You know, once they face the Yankees, once they face the Orioles.
Do I think they're good? Yeah, I think they're good. I don't think they're 13-0 good, 14-2 good. I don't think they're that good.
I don't think they're even division winners good, in my opinion.
No. But
that division's too good for them to be up top.
But the thing is, this year, everything will balance out because everybody's playing everybody. So we'll truly see real records and who's what and what's what. Our next team, the world champs, defending world champion Houston Astros, off to a 7-8 start. Is that real or not real?
I mean, I'd love to think that it's real. I would hope they struggle the whole year, and hopefully, that'll help the Yankees a little bit in the playoffs. If, they didn't have to face the Astros. I mean, they could coast to a World Series, ideally. But, I mean, I think as soon as Altuve comes back, if he comes back, as the same guy he usually is, he'll bring some offense back to that team. But also, I think now that Verlander's gone, that their pitching has diminished a little bit.
Their pitching is not as good as it was last season to start. Like I said, this is a way early real or not real. We'll see how things develop and further down the road. But right now, we're just talking about this start.
Yeah, and we've also seen a couple teams in that division who have started a little above expectation. So
there's a couple of teams playing above expectations, and some playing below expectations. So we'll see what happens there. I don't think their pitching is as good as it was last year.
And I said that before the season
and I don't think Altuve, the offense is not a problem. It's definitely the pitching that's been holding him back in this start.
Yeah, I mean, before the season even started, I knew that Verlander
hadn't played a game yet for the Mets because he's injured, but these guys are going to miss Verlander's Cy Young season for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Our next ones are the defending National League champions.
So we've had a horrible
They're
start.
off to a bad start.
And again, no Bryce Harper still, so
6
they don't
and
have
10.
their entire offense. But I mean,
They lost Hoskins.
and Hoskins, but you still got Trey Turner, you still have Schwarber, you still have Real Muto, you still have your pitching, and they've lost 10 games before they've won 10 games. That's never good.
So I said, real or not real, the Philadelphia Phillies struggling so bad, 6 and 10.
I think, like I said, since Harper still hasn't played a game, I don't think you could say it's real yet because they don't have their full force offense.
So you think Harper can save them?
I mean,
It's not too late for
Harper sent them to the World Series last year, so I
we'll
think
see
so.
how he
but
comes back, it looks like he's gonna come back sooner rather than later.
definitely would be a little bit scared considering that division is very powerful. To be falling that far back so early in the season, I'd be a little scared as a Phillies fan.
The pitching has not been good, and honestly, the managing has not been good. So, they lost several games to the Marlins. They beat Sandy, but they lost the series to the Marlins, which is crazy. But the Marlins always beat up on National League East teams sometimes. But I think for now, I'm going to say that start is real, and the National League champs are in a little bit of trouble in the beginning here.
Yeah, and then going to the Central, we got some surprises there.
The Central, we got the Brewers leading the Central Division at the National League Central Division at 11-5. That's a big start for them.
Yeah, well, I think I'm pretty sure we both predicted them to win the division. Or no, wait,
Nope.
no, we predicted Cardinals. I'm sorry.
I had my team, the Cardinals, or
Yeah, we both have the Cardinals. I forgot about them.
yeah,
Who are in dead last.
who have had a really terrible start. And then you got the Pirates at 9-7.
That's a shocker.
Off to a very good start for them. Ryan Reynolds is off the charts right now. Tremendous start for him. Now let's see what happens with his contract or his trade value and all that good stuff that he demanded a trade. Hasn't happened yet. They've been trying to sign him. Hasn't happened yet either. So we'll see what this fast start for him and the team brings.
And don't forget, the Cubs are also above 500
The
right
Cubs are, I believe, in second place in that division.
now. Cody Bellinger's been putting on a little bit of a show.
Yeah, he's come out of his shell a little bit. I think, the fresh start for him has been good. We'll see what happens with him, though. But I think that's been a good run for them. Milwaukee's a bit of a surprise for me. I thought they weren't going to do anything this year. But 11-5, I got to say, that's a real good start. And so far, from what I've seen, they're real. Luke Voigt's looking like he's the New York Yankee Luke Voigt all of a sudden again. I don't know where he just showed up and said, I'm playing now. And he's back in form. Again, we're only 2 weeks into the season, so we'll see how all this plays out. But I think the Brewers start is real. The Pirates start, it's a bit of a mirage.
Very shocking.
But Reynolds is great player who's playing great at the moment. So that's as real as it gets.
But I think more shocking than the Pirates has to be the D-backs.
Arizona leading the National League West with powerhouses. San Diego struggling with the powerhouse of the Dodgers struggling.
Which I predicted that one.
Arizona, you also said San Diego's going to be great, and they've been struggling. Arizona's leading the West. They're at 9-7. All the other teams are hovering around 500 or close to it. I think at the end it all shakes out. I think Arizona, it's a bit of a not real right now. Because at the end of the day, I think everything shakes out and it'll come down to LA or San Diego. So we have our division leaders. Rays, real or not real as a division leader?
No. That division there's too many powerhouses, and I think they're between the Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the Rays, who are the really good teams in that division.
Yeah, the Rays.
I think the Rays are the worst one of the three.
Yeah, the Yankees and the Blue Jays are the elite. And
I mean, you just saw in this last series, Blue Jays took 2 out of 3 to them, breaking their streak.
And the Orioles have been playing really well too.
I think once that the Rays start playing several division series, that they're gonna go down a bit.
Yeah, that fast start is a good start for them. It's giving them a little bit of cushion early on, but it's not real. The other teams will definitely catch up to them. As we saw, the Blue Jays already took 2 out of 3 from them. How about the Twins? I predicted the Twins will be a Central Division leader. They're off to a huge, fast start. I think they're 11-4 or something like that. They just split with the Yankees. A couple of games ahead in the AL Central. The Cleveland Guardians are right behind them, pretty close. But I think the Twins are definitely a real contender for the division. I predicted they would win the division, but I think so. I think they are real.
Yeah, I think it's real too. I mean, I had Cleveland winning that division, but I had the Twins following them closely. So I think that's pretty real.
And your AL West, Texas Rangers leading that division, atop that division, playing really well. That's your being Cinderella team for this year. That's the guys you putting your hats on pretty strongly. So you definitely think those guys are real.
Well, I didn't have them winning the division. I had them contending for the playoffs, and I had them getting a wild card spot. But I mean, if Houston keeps it up and the Mariners keep it up in this mediocre start, why not? But I think that one of those guys will, I mean, if not both, will eventually come back down to earth and start winning games.
You have the Mariners struggling a little bit. You have the Astros struggling. You have the Angels as of late this week struggling. They started off strong and now they've fallen off a little bit. They're under 500 right now, 7-8, just like the Astros, and tied for third. But Texas is looking good, and if DeGrom stays healthy, I think they'll be good. Braves.
That's real.
That team is real. I think they may be one of the best teams in the entire league.
Yeah, that's real. And I take back everything I said about the Mets winning the division.
Man.
I think that the Braves are probably the best team in the NL.
I told you that. How many weeks ago did we do that show?
Like a month ago?
A month ago, I told them. Braves are the real deal. That's a team I have going to the World Series out of the National League.
Acuna is tearing it up right now.
Acuna is looking like he wants an MVP. He's playing really well. The Braves are playing really well. It's a good, strong, young team. They're going to contend for a while because they got all those young cats that are all under contract. So they're going to contend for a while. They need to throw Ozuna to the moon somewhere because he's playing horrible. But the rest of the team is doing really well. They're off to like a 12-4 start.
Yeah, best record in the NL.
Oof. Mets, I don't know what happened, bro.
Oh, the Mets started off bad, but they've come back and have gone above 500.
They're what, 9-7 more or less? 9 somewhere around there, 9-7. They're not playing up to where their payroll says they should be playing, but they've also haven't played. Verlander hasn't pitched,
but they also blew the division last year at the end and took a wild card spot.
But Verlander hasn't pitched. Scherzer had to be pushed back a start now, a couple of days because he's sore. That's what happens when you have old guys pitching. That's part of the deal. When old guys are pitching, you gotta take what they can give you, and that's all. That's all that's going on. So in the best records in the league, we got Tampa at 14-2, and the Braves at 12-4. So those two teams are off to a strong start. I believe more in the Braves than I do in the Rays.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't think that the Rays would even be second place in that division.
No, I think they'll fall
I
back
think
down.
by the end of the season, we'll see them maybe in a second or third wild card spot.
Yeah, I think they'll fall down. I don't even know if they'll make the playoffs. Honestly, I think they'll come back to earth eventually. So now let's talk about some rookies. We got a few high level rookies, high profile rookies out there. We have St. Louis Cardinal Jordan Walker. He came out swinging, 12-game hit streak as a rookie to start his career.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome. That kid plays a good right field. Got a nice arm. Has been playing well out there. He's been hitting. Right now, you gotta consider that dude the front runner for the Rookie of the Year.
Best start by a rookie so far.
Best start by a rookie so far. In the next line, you got Gunnar Henderson from the Baltimore Orioles. He's off to a very slow start. Expected as a rookie, I think the kid's gonna be good. But it takes a while for some rookies to get adjusted. He's not doing too well hitting.
And that's the same thing we've seen with Anthony Volpe. I mean, he's gotten a few knocks. But
Anthony Volpe, slow start at bat. He's under 200 right now, batting average. But he got on base. Got 3 extra base hits, a home run, a double, a triple.
7 stolen bases.
And 7 stolen bases. That dude gets on base, he's stealing bags. And his glove is lights out. His glove. Balls hit out to shortstop. You don't have to worry.
His glove makes him unable to be taken out of the lineup.
Yeah, no.
Regardless of what he's hitting.
His glove is ridiculous. He's a professional shortstop, professional infielder.
Yeah, and he only had 20-something games in AAA or AA, whatever it was.
Yeah,
he hasn't had a lot of at bats in the pros.
But he's looking a lot better at the. We've watched every Yankee game all season. His at bats are coming together. The kid's patient at the plate, and the hits will come. But that glove makes him elite. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to what he could do. So those are the rookies. But right now, I think Jordan Walker is definitely ahead of the pack a little bit. Just with that strong start that he had at the plate. It's very impressive for a young man. His first time in the bigs to be hitting like that.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Now let's talk about some pitching. The pitching side of the things. We'll start with our boy Garrett Cole.
Best start in pinstripe so far to a season. He's been lights out.
Dude's 4-0.
4-0, 0.95 ERA, 0.74 whip with 32 Ks, and he just threw a complete game shutout today. Against the first place Twins. That's so good.
Guy's got 2. He's given up 3 runs all season. 3 earned runs all season.
And like a handful of walks. That guy doesn't walk anyone.
And a big one for him. Hasn't given up 1 home run all season. That's a big change.
Yeah, I mean, he's known for giving up a home run a game.
I heard someone say this today, and I thought I had to agree with it. The pitch clock has helped him immensely. He's gotten himself out of his head. He's just on the mound throwing. He doesn't worry about anything. He's just worried about his next pitch and how to get it to the plate. Can he win 20 games?
Yeah, he's 4-0.
I think he could win 20 games.
It's
been, I don't even know how long it's been since somebody's won 20 games. That's just something that doesn't happen in the majors anymore. 20-game winners.
The guy's like a guaranteed win. He goes on the mound, he got a guaranteed win. I mean, the Yankees only put up 2 runs today. They would have done that with anyone else on the mound, they would have lost.
I think he could win 20 games. And if he gets close to 20 games, he's a Cy Young winner.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if that guy could keep his ERA under 2 and he'll be the strikeout leader because he usually is every year. There's no question that he should be Cy Young.
Yeah, he's right there with Pablo Lopez. One strikeout behind Pablo Lopez for the MLB lead. But then we got Ohtani, the unicorn.
Yeah.
That dude is filthy. I mean, that's a special player.
He's 2-0 with a 0.47 ERA and 0.95 WHIP.
It's only pitched about 19 innings, 19.1 innings or so. But he gets on the mound, he's unhittable. Now, can he sustain that? I don't know. I think if he was just a pitcher, he would be able to sustain it easily.
If he stuck to either pitching or hitting, he'd be
phenomenal in either one.
He'd be an MVP in one of those. But yeah, I think it's the fact that he has to do both. It takes away a little bit of talent from each side.
It takes away some time to prepare for.
He's still one of the best. He's great at both. He's an all-star at both.
Yeah, he's an MVP. That dude is great.
I think there's a lot of great pitchers.
You think he can win Cy Young? I mean,
I don't think he can win Cy Young, especially with the start Garrett Cole has had.
I don't think he can win Cy Young either. Only because, like I said, the hitting takes away from the pitching. If he was just a pitcher, that dude could do whatever he wanted out there.
Yeah.
He was just a hitter, he could do whatever he wanted out there. When he's doing both, he's great at both. But the preparation time takes away from both sides. So
yeah, I have no idea what his batting stats are at right now, but
he's got a couple home runs, batting close to 300. Good start, not a terrible start. He was doing good in the beginning, like Mike Trout was, and now the Angels fallen off a little bit this week. But they're doing what they're doing. What the Angels do. Don't win. Yep. Now we got the last year's National League Cy Young, Sandy Alcantara.
He's been kind of rocky.
He's been up and down. Up and down. Started good against his first start was mediocre against the Mets. Got a loss. No good. No, he got the win against the Mets.
I mean, you haven't missed 1 and 2 here. I'm not exactly sure when he got that loss.
Well, he lost to the Phillies. He got rocked by the Phillies, and he lost today.
So yeah, that win was against the Mets, and he's got a 5.84 ERA. That's a bad start for him.
So he had a mediocre start against the Mets. He had a great start, complete game, shutout against the Twins. Twins. Now that I look at this, I may take it back to the real division guys. Good pitching totally shuts them down. They had a complete game shutout against Sandy, and a complete game shutout against Garrett.
Yeah.
So they may not do too well against good pitching. They may not do well against aces.
Well, I mean, going into the series in New York, the announcers were saying it that the Twins' strength is their pitching, their weakness is their offense. I mean, unfortunately, that kind of was turned around. They put 11 on the Yankees in the opener, but
we also had a rookie starting there.
Yeah,
that was didn't have a good start.
But going back to Sandy, that's a very uncharacteristic
start
for him.
He had a terrible start against the Phillies. The Phillies have had problems all season. Just went off on him. And then he had a mediocre start again today against the Diamondbacks. So, am I worried about Sandy? No. I think he could right the ship. The guy's a good pitcher. And if he gets back to form, the Marlins will be in a lot better shape than they are right now. I mean, they're hovering around 500, but
no, they're game over right now, even with Sandy being 1 and 2.
So, yep, I think Sandy needs to get it going here.
Yeah, and then going on the offensive side, we got here Luis Reyes leading the league in batting average.
Batting 471. I saw that coming. That dude's a hitter. I mean,
First cycle as a Marlin.
First cycle ever as a Marlin. First time in Marlin history, the 4,000 and something games in the history of the Marlins. First time somebody hits for the cycle. We saw him in the WBC. What he did with Venezuela. Single-handedly kept that team afloat. I mean, him and Acuna.
Yeah. Yeah, huge pickup for Miami.
And something games in the history of the Marlins. First time somebody hits for the cycle. We saw him in the WBC. What he did with Venezuela. Single-handedly kept that team afloat. I mean, him and Acuna.
Yeah. Yeah, huge pickup for Miami for sure.
Big pickup for Miami. Can he hit 400 for the season? The magic number?
And the last time that was done was
Ted Williams in 1941. Ted Williams in 1941 was the last 400 hitter. We've had some guys come close. Tony Gwynn in 1994 batted 394, was almost there. One of the greatest hitters I've ever seen. But this kid could hit. He's a hitter. I think he has a shot at it.
I think he'll get around 350 or so.
I don't know. I think he has a shot on it.
I mean, last year he was at 324?
Yeah,
320s. And he's having a heck of a start.
He has a heck of a start. Baltimore Orioles, Adley Rutschman, catcher. Huge offensive start. Batting 350, has 4 home runs, 13 RBI. What, 15 games? 13 RBIs?
15, 16 games, yeah.
That guy becoming the best catcher in the league already?
I mean, he was, as a rookie last year, he was talked about like he was going to be the next big catcher. So
is he passing Realmuto, who's on the downside? I think he's passed.
I mean, hitting wise, Realmuto is really the best hitting catcher in the league. So
he's off to a horrendous start at the plate. And then we got Salvi.
Salvi's old.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Adley's the future of the game as far as catchers go.
Quickly becoming the best catcher in the league. Those Orioles are going to be a problem soon.
Yeah, once Gunnar gets going too.
Nah, that team's going to be a problem soon. The Polar Bear, Pete Alonso, tied with Rafael Devers from the Red Sox, with 7 home runs, lead the league. They lead their respective leagues, and they lead the MLB in home runs with 7. Can Petey Boy finish the year as the top home run hitter in the league?
In the National League or the
MLB?
MLB?
The entire MLB.
No, because Aaron Judge is alive and breathing, so no. Aaron Judge has had a better start this year, home run wise, than he did last year.
So what about?
And he hit 62
in the National League.
In the National League, I mean, he's at 7 already, so if he keeps up the pace, yeah, he'll do really well. But I don't think he will.
You think he'll finish with what? Close to how many?
Close to. I mean,
he hit 50?
He hit 50 one year, so.
Does he hit 50?
Say about. He'll get
40?
to 40. I think he'll get to 40. Maybe 40, low 40s.
He'll hit 40.
I don't think the dude's gonna pull an Aaron Judge and
no,
go for a
he's
record.
not gonna hit no 60 something.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a power hitter, but
he goes through.
I don't think he's gonna do something crazy.
Yeah. I don't think he'll get there. I don't think he won't be the league leader when he's done. So I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real.
The only place he'll hit 60 homers is if he does the home run derby again. Guy loves the home run derby.
And then, last but not least, our boy Glaber. It's off to a fast start. 286.
Slowed down a little bit
2 home
this
runs.
past series with the Twins.
This series, he's come back down a little bit. He's been pressing a little bit. 6 RBI, 5 stolen bases. OPS at 925. That's all above his career averages.
Yeah, he's made a case to not get traded.
Definitely can't trade him now. Either that or you could get a whole lot for him.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're gonna see Peraza now for a few games how he does at second. I think once
Yeah, I think they move Glaber
to DH.
to DH and they'll put Peraza at
I mean, we saw what Peraza could do last year. He batted a little bit over 300 and like 40 something at bats, I think it was. So he did well, but I mean, we know what Glaber could do, and he's started off hot. So
yeah, he got a really strong start.
And I mean, I've said it before. I think there's a place. You can find a place for Peraza. It's all a matter of getting rid of Donaldson and IKF and all those guys who just take up roster spots. IKF hasn't been too bad of a liability, but
IKF has become a jack of all trades. You need the guy to play center field, he goes play center field. You need the guy at third base, he goes to third base. You need him to close a game, he goes on the mound.
Well, not close a game, but not take up another bullpen arm.
The guy wants to play catcher, he'll play catcher. He's all over the place. So a guy like that is worth something. He still can't hit, but
better than Donaldson being 35 years old with all those gray hairs, injured always, and
that guy's close to 40.
Yeah, I mean, I think they gotta get Donaldson off that team.
Yeah, Hicks and
Donaldson
to the moon. Send them to Mars with Elon Musk. That's it. Yeah. All right, so now time for our hottest take of the day. So the hottest take of the day. What you got for your hottest take of the day?
So my hottest take is going back to the AL West, kind of contradicting my prediction a little bit, but I mean, I want to keep my hottest take strong, but I also don't want to be stupid. But there's a very strong possibility that the Astros will not win the AL West.
Okay, I'm good with that. The Rangers and Angels, Rangers for the most part are looking very good. The Angels are looking a little stronger than they were last year. You got Seattle that I thought would give the Astros a problem in the West to begin with. And they're off to not the strongest start. So there's a strong possibility, a very good possibility they may not win that division. Now, for your hot take, they won't win the division. Will they get in the playoffs?
Yeah. I mean, you can't be that far-fetched. I hate the Astros, but I'm not going to be stupid and say they're not going to make the playoffs. It's too early to even be able to say that they're not. I mean, we already both think they're going to come back down to earth and they're going to get back in it.
No, we got to see what's going on, at the All-Star break where everybody's at. And let it flesh out. This is just an early real or not real and see, just to talk about the start of the season.
Yeah.
My hottest take of the day. Our young star, Anthony Volpe, will eclipse 50 stolen bases this season.
And you had 40 on here and scratched it out.
I had 40 and I said, 40, he's already got 7. I think he's going to go for 50.
Yeah, he stole 3 in yesterday's game alone.
Yeah, he had the Ricky Henderson special, the Ricky Henderson triple. Get on base, steal second and third.
Yeah, I think with the new pitch timer, it's basically guaranteed stolen bases for some of these guys.
The stolen base with the new rules and the pitch clock and all, throwing over and not being able to throw over twice or 3 times. It's just destroyed the
I didn't think it was going to even affect it as much as it does, but I see some of these guys take ridiculous leads and then just go automatically.
You know the guy's not going to throw. Of course you go.
Yeah, so your thoughts on guys getting 30-30 is probably going to be pretty likely.
Well, my 30-30 was Jazz, and he may have close to 200 strikeouts, that dude. He's striking out 40% of the time. Yeah, he's not doing well.
But a guy like Acuna could definitely get 30-30.
Acuna could do 40-40. I'm on 40-40 watch with Acuna.
I mean, he's probably got like 4 or 5 stolen bases right now and a handful of home runs. So
yeah, he could do 40-40.
So you think Volpe will lead the league in stolen bases?
Yes.
I think he does right now, right?
Yeah, he does have some. If he can get on base enough.
Yeah, I mean, if he stays healthy, he starts
If
most
he
of the games
if
this
he
year.
can if his hitting gets better, because he's walking and stuff, but if his hitting gets better, he gets on base. That boy's swiping bases.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool to watch.
But that's the real and not real of the early season. Season has been exciting. I'm not minding the pitch clock too much. The only thing I mind with the pitch clock is when they call a guy out on strikes on a pitch clock violation, or like they did with Cole the other day, get the guy a walk. I don't like that.
Yeah, he exited the game with a pitch clock violation.
I don't like that. Get the guy, the ball fours and strike threes on clock violations. That's lame. Yeah. I don't like that. But the pitch clock has been exciting. Games are more exciting. The no shift has brought more offense back into the game. And the steals are back. So we'll see guys like Rushman and other catchers could slow down the run games with their arms.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe not to miss any future episodes. We'll get one out. Next one out in a couple weeks after this one. Maybe talk some playoff basketball.
We could talk some playoff basketball.
Yeah. So we'll do that. And make sure to check us out on Instagram and TikTok. Follow us on all those socials, and we'll see you next time.
Peace. Have a good one.